Hey guys, this is Regalia and Chill with a deck profile with Alex Blandin. I asked him. He was nice enough to, let me in on his little secrets. But we're just gonna dive right into it. So what's the deck that you're playing?
I am playing Val 2.
Oh baby, still on the Val 2 train.
Yep. Alright, so
okay,
to start you off for Resonators, we got 4 Sacred Elf. Fox doesn't have any interaction, so there's no real way for them to kill this, and it's just a free mana. Flipping on turn 3 is sometimes really essential in the Fox matchup. Often you just need to be as aggressive as possible, especially game 1 when you're pretty sure they don't have a Black Moonbeam.
Do you play differently from like Control to like Rush variants? Like
I'll side this out against Control, especially if they're playing Soul Hunt. There's already a lot of cards. The deck is already tight for space, so you kind of need as many side spots as you can get, and this is just the best card to pull out against Control because it always just ends up dying most of the time before it gets value, and you don't want to rush flip against them because, especially game 2, because chances are they have a Black Moonbeam and you could just lose and get punished.
Sounds good.
4 Sacred Beasts.
Yeah,
this
we
is
know.
the bread and butter of the deck. The Pressure Gods art brings them all out. You do crazy stuff, you OTK them.
Gain, burn, draw, bounce?
Bounce, yep. And this one pumps too, I guess.
Yeah.
4 O's. 4 Wallowin. A lot of times this deck is playing at very small amounts of mana, especially in the early game. You don't have a lot to do with your mana really early, and a lot of times you use 2 mana to search, which leaves you with like 1 extra mana open. The deck needs to play with as mana efficient cards as possible. This is really strong right now too when your opponent goes first. A lot of people are playing Lapis Darkstorm against Control. Fox always taps out to play their creatures, so you don't have to worry as much about them being able to cast their creatures and flip, say, turn 2.
Okay.
Usually comes out against Control to some amount, sometimes. 4 Seals. Like I said, this is a deck that's playing reactively till you're flipping Val. This is the premium counterspell of the format. Play 4 of it. You have a 1 of Apollo. You have a 1 of Apollo, so you can make this.
Number 1 to 6.
1. Usually you can unchase this with Seal. You have tutorable unchase. Turn 2 gives you something to do. You just need to be able to slow your opponent as much as possible until you're able to set up your combo.
Alright.
4 Leviathan should be given.
Best Regalia in the game.
Best Regalia in the game. You need 4 of this for haste. You want to be able to draw it or search it. Usually you mull it in your opening hand unless, like, for some reason you absolutely just need to know you're flipping on 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 or whenever you're flipping. But most of the time you mull it, you can draw into it, you can search it. It's just broken. It's the best card in the deck. 4 Bow. When you flip, you have 4 counters, which helps so much against Fox. You can shoot down their flying guys.
Well, only when it's on the other side, right?
What? Yeah,
do you wait to cast it?
Yes, against Fox. Unless I don't have a Regalia turn 1, a lot of times I'll wait to cast it. It also helps for killing small blockers in Fox. So say like your Val's trying to just beat through for damage, you can kill you can kill the little blockers if you don't have the Apollo yet. In Stealth, you can force them to combo their Rizas when you want them to, etc., etc. A lot of times too, J's will sometimes have flying because of Apollo, and if they don't have another creature to get rid of the flying, to get rid of the Apollo and bounce flying, you can shoot their J down.
Okay.
Just tell him.
3 Death Scythe. This is really essential because it's another reduction Regalia just like Leviathan, and one of the main reasons this is in here is because of its ability to give to steal a creature that dies after you tap this. So when she flips and you tap this, if you kill a creature, you not only get to take it, but you trigger its enter ability. So against Fox, you can swing into Chimeras and just steal them and get stones, which is super essential for casting your God's Art. It's also really good with all the hand hate in format. Normally, I don't cast this against most decks unless I know for a fact they don't have hand hate. If I see black, I hold this in my hand for if they Lapis Darkstorm me or maybe in Valentina's Reach. You can also tutor it in response to a Lapis Darkstorm, which is really good. So if they go to Lapis Darkstorm, you search it and you have a free Sinister. And then of course it gets rid of Imperishable and all the other good stuff that Death Scythe does.
I mean, it just auto screws Mikage.
Nameless Mist. Now this is a little unique. I've never seen a Val list play Nameless Mist before. The reason I play this is because when you play against Control, you have to play slow a lot of the time. Even though chances are they don't have Black Moonbeam game 1, you need to at some point look in their hand and physically know they don't have Black Moonbeam. So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll sit and you'll do the Horn Hydra Monocology which I'll get to a little later. Basically, you need to just search these out with your Hydromonica, which is tutorable, and look at their hand and get rid of, get rid of their outs, possibly their Heavenly Gust, their counter spells, whatever you need to get rid of. 2 prisons. This is for Fox. Fox is a popular deck. I got 3 blue stones, so...
Stop stealth, too.
Yeah, stop stealth. It's a great card to just slow them down, especially if they're going to go off early. If they're going to go off on like turn 2 or something, and you have this, say you went first, you can stop their first Chimera. 2 wins included, self-explanatory, stops Black Moonbeam, stops all the bad stuff that's trying to kill your ruler. Good card all around. It's a floater. Apollo makes my seals unchaseable, and I can get my ruler flying, which that's the main reason, is to get my ruler flying. I don't really ever bounce anything with it, so it's just a one-of. Maribel, it's a tutorable way to get rid of Death Scythe, but it's a big problem with the deck. You need an out to Death Scythe that is more mana efficient than Heavenly Gust and can be tutored, so this fits the deck really well. It also is another creature if you ever are able to animate it.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. Heavenly Gust, just 1 mains for if I need a Horn Hydromonica it.
Those situations in case you're getting, heavily boarded.
Yeah, if they're heavily boarding against you, or they already have main against you that's just heavy and you need to punish them, you got your 1.
Yep.
1 Charlotte. The reason this is in here is for the control matchup. In the case where your Sacred Beast Goddard fails, or for some reason it's not working, they're just able to counteract it, or say your ruler dies and you need a real win condition outside of like just trying to tap the 7 stones and play your Godsart, you have this. Because you can search Regalia, what happens is you just fill up your hand by searching Regalia, and
it's an alternate win con.
It's huge. It's like 14-14. It's unhittable by anything. Shout out to Brandon Bremont of Rebirth Games. He was playing it the other night, and I made fun of him, and then I was like, wait, this card isn't actually that bad. This card's actually pretty good, so I have another one on the side too. Now, my favorite thing to do against control, I talked about this a little bit in my last video, last meta, Horn Hydromonica. How this works is, especially against control, you have to take it slow. And you can usually, since they play a pretty good slow game, you can usually, with counter spells and stuff, slow them to a point where this becomes effective. Most control players don't take the initiative against you with stealth, because Melder has to flip and kill something, and that discourages people from flipping a lot. So how this works is, you search Horn, you search Hydromonica, or you search Hydromonica first, doesn't matter. At the beginning of each of your turn, when you're like 5 mana, 6 mana or higher, it doesn't matter, you activate Hydromonica, you draw the card for turn, then you activate Horn, shuffle it back in, then you use your last 4 mana to search them both back out again, and you just do that every turn, and you get whatever card you want in your deck every turn. This is incredibly essential against the control decks when they have Black Moonbeam, because what you're doing is you're just sitting and setting up your hand every turn, while they're just sitting around trying to draw something to progress their game state, and you're just like, okay, Nameless Miss, Wind Secluded, Charlotte, like whatever card I need at any point, I just have infinitely. Now, of course, against Dark Alice, the Horn comes out because the loop doesn't really do anything against Dark Alice, but against any other slow deck, it's just insane.
Gotcha. Alright, let's just see.
Do you want the sideboard?
Just show us the rulers. You can keep your sideboard tech.
I don't have the other 2, I borrowed them, but I play all 7 rulers, obviously.
5.
7.
5 kings.
7. Yeah.
Lies.
Another Charlotte for the control matches, another Heavenly Gust, another Nameless Mist, another Wind Secluded. A 1-of, Barrier Seal. Sometimes this comes in, I'm undecided on this card if I really want to keep it. It's really good against Fox, but sometimes it defeats the purpose of my own Horn Hydromonica loop, so I haven't really decided if I want it yet. It comes in against Dark Alice too. 2 Bear Magic. So against the Fox decks, if you have to play the long con game where you're Hydro Horn looping, they can really beat you down. Like, you don't have a lot of reaction outside of counter spells and Lunar Lakes, and you can't counter their stuff, so like you have to rely on these and the bows to kind of like hold you into the mid to late.
Plus you can get rid of their monkeys that way too.
Yeah, you can get rid of their monkeys. I don't usually do that, but like I usually just let them do their thing and try to bow and get rid of their stuff. Like, this just needs to keep you alive. I'm thinking this might go to 3. I just really need to stay alive against them. And finally, Final Breeze. This comes in against control decks. Final Breeze also has an interesting interaction. where you can play a Regalia the turn you're going to go off, and then final breeze your own Regalia. It's free, so it goes back to your hand. They can't play any cards for the turn because it's Law of Silence essentially, and then you just replay your Regalia and you just repeat the process. So like, it's another card that shuts them off Black Moonbeam.
Oh my god.
I haven't decided if this is staying or not. It might come out, it might go up. I think Bear is definitely going to 3. And I'm undecided on 2 or 3 Heavenly Gusts, but check out our channel and Facebook page, The Outer World, and twitch.com at The Outer World.
He doesn't want to show us the stones.
Oh, the stones. Yeah, whatever.
Just slide it out.
Just assume they know what the stones are.
Nah, we don't want to do
the
that.
Mana is...
A lot of people like to learn.
Yeah, whatever.
So 3, okay, so
3,
4.
4, 3, 3. Pretty basic. You should never brick on anything. Your stones are so consistent. Like, the only thing you might miss on is getting a Lunar Lake sometimes, maybe. Or, like, sometimes you miss a blue for your Valentina search or whatever. But.
Alright. Well, thanks again, Alex Blandin, for gracing us with your presence, of course. This has been Regalia and Chill with another deck profile. Hope to check out our channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.
I'm gonna hit you too, man. I hit you so hard.